Hi guys, how are you? This is gonna take a moment to load. Give me a second. Oh, there it is. It always films that little bit when you're like, when we're carrying on.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Ladies, say hello when you jump on. I have Miss Rebecca. I have Miss Haley. We have Isabel clear across the room. Say hello. Hi. We're close in here, so it's just the four of us. Just the four of us today. We're so excited to paint our new Believe in the Magic Snowman. Mm-hmm. We put it up for people to vote on what to call him, and that's what it was. So say hello when you jump on. Let us know where you're from. We'd love to know. Hello, Barbara. How are you? How are you? I'm excited. I have my t-shirt on. Look. Debbie made me this t-shirt. We're going to make these, and it's pink. The Believe's down here. We're going to make these in the membership on Friday, the week of Christmas, for something fun to do with fabric paint. So we're going to paint our Believe in the Magic Snowman.
Love that.
Yeah. It's going to be so much fun. Yeah. So say hello, Pat Houston. Hello, Gina. Hello. Hi, Becky, Lucy, Mary Beth. Hello. Bonnie. Hello. Linda. Hello. Connie, Zach, hello. Hi, Barbara. Guys, so share the live because you'll get entered into winning a free month of HQ and also brush packs as well.
Ooh, so hot property.
You get an entry for today and you get an entry for tomorrow. So if you share the live, then you get entered. Today is for the brush packs. Mm-hmm. Tomorrow is for these are our brushes that really help with making your strokes a little bit easier. And then tomorrow we'll give away a free month of KCHQ for our membership. Good. Yeah. And so what we do is we put everybody into a prize wheel. So if you share and like the post,
it just helps spread the good word of painting. On this magical season.
You make me laugh again. If you have any questions while we're live, let us know. I got crazy hair. This rain's like, Hi, Graceland. Hello. Greeting from Ohio. Sissy, hello. Yolanda, I like that. Carol, hello. Bonnie shared it with 2 people. I love that. So I have a surprise for you. I didn't even. Hi, Cindy. Hey, Deb. Hey, Kieran. How are you? Althea, Lynn, Marlene, Robin, hello. So I have a surprise for you that I didn't tell anybody in the membership yet. So
what could it be?
Season of giving, what we're going to do is, because we have a lot of people that'll share and their friends join and things like that, join our membership. We paint with over 800 women every single week that are amazing. We don't exclude men, it just happens to be women.
Right.
And so we paint with them every week live. I do a full tutorial every single week. This is actually our next one that we're doing with the membership. I love it. I'm kind of a pink person.
That's pretty.
Something different.
Kind of a pink person.
Kind of, the whole studio is pink. Yeah, so a little bit of a pink person. But we'll be painting that live next together. We do one every single week, every Tuesday. But we're painting the shirts on Friday, the week of Christmas, because that's too close, So what did we want to share also?
Oh, we're going to share what you haven't shared with me.
Yeah, so... I scrolled a little bit.
I figured.
So guys, we're in a membership drive where we reduce the rates with the members that join us. We've reduced our rates already in the last few months from $49 to $29 a month. And in the membership drive, which ends this Sunday, you can join and get immediate access to hundreds of tutorials for only $10. Yes, nice. So you have to use the code KCKHQ19. If you can post that, Haley, that would be wonderful. And so that's through Sunday. So if you refer somebody, you get $10 Casey Cash to use in the app. So you can buy brushes with it, paint kits with it, whatever you want, drawing canvases with it. Yeah. This is our free app. So if you ever want to download our free app, that'd be great. We're giving away Casey Cash as prizes as well. That's the easiest thing. So we're not shipping out a bunch of stuff.
True.
Yeah.
This close to Christmas, it's tough.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, we have a lot of shipping to do.
Already.
Yeah. There's a lot of shipping to do. Yeah. I do think that maybe too we'll give away. I painted this live on this page yesterday. Let's ship this.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so I'll seal it up real nice for you and paint the edges. I just jumped on real quick last night and painted it, but we'll ship it out. I'll sign it. We'll ship it out. This is just one of those shadow boxes. I brought it in. Yeah. Okay. I have to paint the other 2 shadow boxes now. Why are all these things popping up on my computer? So say hello, guys. Make sure you keep the sharing going. We would love that. But so what we're doing is we're about 40 members away from reducing it to $25 a month. And then another 100 members, we're going down to 20, and $20 a month is our goal. And I think we'll be there within the month. So if you join for $10 today, we're hopefully within 30 days, it'll only be $20 for renewal. We have a lot of people on a fixed income that paint with us. We don't want anybody to struggle to be able to spend time with us and paint with us every single week, because it's our happy place. Tuesdays are my favorite night. I love it so much. And so our goal is to get it down to $20 a month. So it's $5 a week. Yeah. And we have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of tutorials in there. Stencils, supplies list.
Paint at your own pace.
Yes. Yeah. Business section in there as well. We have on all the boot camps.
Right. Anything you could want.
Yeah. You're too funny. Listen, I told her she always has to keep doing these with me because she makes me laugh so much.
Listen, I watch a lot of QVC this time of year.
Love that. You do. I love QVC. I haven't seen it for years.
It's all we watch.
Really? Everybody's saying hello, saying hi to Rebecca. I need glasses. Remember when I was looking for them and they were in my hand before? They're over there. They have paint all over them. Okay. Hey, Faye, how are you? Dodie, how are you? Penny, hello.
Do you want to show your... Oh, I was going to say that.
Yeah, that was next. Yeah, we're on it. We're going to try to paint earlier today, so I don't talk for like 20 minutes, Yeah. If you have any questions, we have Miss Haley right next to us, as you saw in the beginning, and she's waving to you. So she's on the back end. So is Miss Eliza. So if you need anything, you let us know, all right? So whenever you sign up, and Haley's putting the link to sign up in the comments. If you haven't yet, it's free to sign up. You get a stencil and supplies list for free. Now the supplies list, you also have a list of swatches of paint to match up to what you have. You don't have to buy what we're using. And then we show you how to, we tell you how to mix a color too, if you don't have it.
A random color.
Yeah, this Arctic Blue is. We also have stencils for 3 different sizes in there, because I didn't know, people may not have the 10 by 20. Yeah. And if you're going to paint this on something other than wood, I would paint it black first, okay? So paint it black first. All right, so you have a reference photo also. If you cannot find your link to your library, as soon as you sign up, it'll get kicked back to you right away. If you don't find it, search Casey K in your spam folder. It's generally there. Here's our email if you have any trouble with anything. And it also shows you how to transfer your stencil. You get a reference stencil or a reference photo, you get a reference stencil. This shows you how your stencil goes together. I have a frog in my throat. Uh-oh. And so this stencil being long is 3 pages. So what you do is you cut around the dotted lines, you tape it together, you get your carbon paper and you trace it with a ballpoint pen. You're gonna have to, on a dark canvas, yes, you have to use white carbon paper, but you just cut around the lines, you tape it together, and then trace. That's all.
Love that.
But there's a whole video on that if you want a video on it also. Okay? Is anybody? Oh, thanks for sharing. Hi, Kathy. How are you? How's everybody doing? And we're probably going to give away a t-shirt or 2 during this as well. So, and the shadow box. We're going to have lots of fun.
Sounds good.
Okay, so you guys want to start painting?
I'm ready.
Let me tell just a little bit about us. We have a lot of new people here too. So we have a beautiful studio where we're at right now. It's about 45 minutes north of Pittsburgh, where we teach just about every single day. And we have canvas painting classes, wood classes, art camps. We work with our friends with disabilities. We work with veterans. We do quite a bit there. And then we also teach online to a group of about 800 women. So you'll see, we literally have hundreds and hundreds of paintings. That's what they got in 2 weeks last month. Ooh. I never changed the banner. These are workshops, things like that. So just show you a little bit about us. We have a team of we have 26 women and 1 male. Mm-hmm. Bobby, he has Down syndrome. He has worked here for, about 2 years now, right?
I think so.
I think he's our only male with that. My husband, he says he works for Crackers.
Boyd works.
Oh, Boyd works too. Yeah, Boyd's on the paper. My son works too. Yeah.
He helps us out.
He does too. Okay, so guys, my whole job is to teach people paintings, very simple techniques, very simple strokes. So every single person that would come to our studio with the hundreds of paintings on the wall, we have probably 500-600 paintings on the wall. You could paint every single painting, even if you've never picked up a brush before, even if you've never drawn anything before, you can paint every painting. I promise you. So that's what I do is I break down paintings. We build the paintings together. So you'll be able to follow from the get-go, but your strokes will get easier and easier with time. You're gonna learn after just a handful of paintings, like you'll start looking at a painting and be like, oh, I know how she built that part. I know how she did that. Before you know it, you'll be looking at things, you'll be like, oh, I know how to paint that. You're gonna learn to build paintings yourself. And so I'm excited to show you that if you've never painted before. The other thing with our membership that I didn't mention is about 50% of our members are business people, and they are licensed to use our designs to teach in their own in-person classes. And then we also have a lot of people that use our designs in our membership to put on their items that they sell at like craft shows and vendor fairs and things like that. So I always forget to say that, and then we get a lot of questions on that. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk you through step by step. Whenever I'm building a painting, do you have a question?
No, I'm just sorry.
Are you shocked?
I feel
that
bad. No, I feel bad that you're talking to me and I'm just typing away. I'm so
no,
rude.
that's okay.
So rude.
Every picture of us, like whenever we do a live, you make me laugh. You know, like just made me think of that. Okay, so what we're gonna do whenever I create a painting, Rebecca, when we get started earlier, usually I'll talk like and read every comment for like 20 minutes.
Rebecca, I'm sorry, I live 40 minutes away.
No, just kidding.
50 if I'm
I
driving
talk
behind
so
someone
long.
slow.
No, I talk so long. That's why. Okay. You're
What
got an accent right here today. Okay, so we're gonna work on the background first. I'm gonna show you how to hold your brush, how to water down your paint for this. We're gonna use watered down paint. I'm just
watered down paint.
We're gonna water down the paint.
That's the wash thing you're talking about.
Yeah, we're gonna work on a wash first. So I want you to pay attention to the pressure in your brush, how much paint we're using, how we're making the stroke. Okay, so we're gonna talk about these things as we go. I'm gonna put on a backlight. I'm gonna go to my easel. I'm gonna hit the arm on here. I think I bent it. I was.
Yeah, I didn't set that up because
I was leaning on
already
it.
breaking
You
it.
know, I definitely was.
Missy said, I'm so excited for this. I am new to painting and love watching people paint and trying it out for myself.
Yay! I'm so excited to paint with you, Missy. Thank you so much for joining us. We're excited to have you.
I just want to say, type in the comments if you have any questions. I could ask Casey as she's painting.
Yes, so I'm going to paint and she's going to interrupt me anytime you guys have any questions. Same thing with Haley. If you guys need anything at all, you let us know, okay?
Right.
Yeah, and if you want to know some of our favorite things, what we use, Haley's going to put that in the comments as well. We have a page on our site where you can go and see our favorite things on there and click on them. You know, if you want to know what glitter we use or what brushes we use or what canvases we use, it's all on there. Like,
love that.
Yeah,
love it. One big list.
Yes, one big list. So I'm gonna go to my easel over here. I think that light is just a bit too bright. A little bit. Poor Rebecca, she went upstairs to get another light. We had a light right in the corner.
It's all right. I caught my breath.
Yeah, I like. We don't like to run upstairs 500 times. We do it a lot.
I only did it once.
Here, I'll show you real close. Up close, like what this is the one we're doing in the membership. I'm excited for this.
I love that.
Me too. It's one of my favorites. And it's all this like it's filbert work. It's very, very simple. So first, guys, I'm gonna start. I kind of like to always put the background paints on another plate most of the time. So I'm gonna use it. You don't need this much white, but just a little bit of white, a little bit of dark brown, like a Van Dyke brown is ours. Creative Inspirations, any dark brown will do. I have a little bit of raw sienna, which is the light brown, and I have a little bit of gold. Okay. I'm gonna use a 1-inch wash brush. All right. So I'm gonna use just a bigger brush for the background. You can use something even bigger than this. So we had this class on Friday in the studio, all right? And every step I do, I walk around. And we can anticipate after we've taught a lot of people. There's over 100,000 photos of our painters on our KCK Creation Studio page. And so you can kind of predict what's going to happen with new painters sometimes. And so what happens is initially is they want to put on thick paint. And that defeats the purpose of using this dark board. So we stained this with mahogany. If you're using a canvas, I would paint it black first. But we want this dark. This dark is gonna help us create shadows. We want to make something look three-dimensional. We don't want something all one shade, okay? And I'm gonna give you a little bit of a reference here too. See how this is brighter here? That's gonna make your eye think, since that's darker here, this is brighter here, that this comes forward towards you. Things that are brighter look closer, things that are darker look back, you know, look like they're going back further.
Quick question.
Also, you're creating shadows. Yes, ma'am.
Sorry.
Go.
Are the stencils downloadable or uploadable? I'm not sure. Do you print them directly?
So it goes right, this will go right to your printer.
Okay, somebody wanted to print it on their Cricut.
On their Cricut. So
Is
you
it-
should be able to save it also.
Oh, so you can download
mine,
it to
yeah,
your- okay.
mine goes right to my printer, but
Okay.
you should have, Haley, do you have any tips or tricks on that? To download the actual stencils? We could send them the file if it just goes to the printer, right?
Yeah, so when
Sandra asked.
Sandra, so when you're downloading the stencils,
There's Haley.
hi. When you're downloading the stencils from the vault, it's going to go to your computer downloads or whatever device downloads you have, and you'll be able to access it from there.
Mine goes right to my printer, like the new stencils from
Oh.
Rapid Resizer, pull it right to my printer.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, so most of the time they'll just save it.
Yeah,
Like
so
right click it.
yeah, so anytime you download, if you don't have it straight to your printer, it'll also be found in your downloads menu, so check there. And then I'd always be happy to send you the files as well.
Yeah, so here's the email. So if you can't figure that out, don't worry at all. Just email us and we can send you the downloadable file, you know, a link to your email. That's no problem at all.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, back to these we go. All right, let us know if you have any questions, guys.
Can you
Anything at
show
all.
what size 4 round brush and what a wash brush looks like? Are you going to go through that?
Sure. So
Okay.
a wash brush is just a bigger brush. Like we have a 1-inch brush, you know, and it's soft. And this is our brush pack here, and it has a 1-inch in here. Okay. And then what was the other question? The 4 round
yes.
brush? Sure. That's also in our pack as well.
Oh, okay.
Did I pull that? I don't think we grabbed it over there. I can open this pack. It's okay though.
That's what I thought that was that.
No, that's the smaller one. It's okay. I'll take it out of the pack. I just said to Haley, every time we're painting, I open, like for one of these, I open up a whole bunch of packs of brushes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
sure.
every time. But I'm going to do it again.
All right.
I'll just use them.
You can never have too many brushes.
No. I could just grab them out of the bin over there, but no. We only have 100. We keep out like 110 for classes out. And here, I like the new ones. I keep opening them. They're fast. Okay, so this is our 10-pack of brushes. So there are dome brushes in our 10-pack, or the brushes, the only brushes we use. Outside of that, we use like a sea sponge. But a round brush, a 4 round brush is this one right here. Okay, that's our 4 round brush right there. Okay, oh, I have to hold it up higher. All right,
Perfect.
yeah. All
Thank
right,
you.
so I'm gonna use the new wash brush. You know, there it is.
Okay.
And use the new wash brush. Okay, so a couple of things, guys. Let's hold our brush. We're gonna hold it by the metal, all right? We're gonna hold it by the ferrule. Now, whenever I'm putting water into my paint, I mean, you're gonna see I'm gonna work from a side palette paint. I'm only putting the tip of my brush into the water. I'm only gonna fully immerse my ferrule, like this nickel part of the brush. I'm only gonna fully immerse it when I'm washing it. I don't want this ferrule to hold water. Now, the longer you have a brush, the more water it will hold. So like a little bit of water gets in there. We don't want it to drip, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull out a little bit of my dark brown. I'm gonna pull out a little bit of my light brown. I'm gonna mix it together. Little side pile. We're using more water than paint when we're putting in this background. I'm going to get my, I'm gonna get water in this side pile 2 to 3 times. 2 to 3 times.
Okay.
All right. So see how thin that is? So let's talk about the stroke a little bit. First of all, this is very thin. It's very transparent. If you're painting on here and this becomes like, it's covering your wood completely, you're using too much paint. We're just using a little bit of water. Because if you do that, it defeats the purpose. It's not gonna leave, you know, some shadows and show a little bit of wood grain. And also you'll have to outline everything, where if you're just gonna go very lightly, you can brush right into your chalk or your paint, or I'm gonna grab a little bit of white so you can see it a little bit more, tiny bit of white. Put some water in this side pile, all right? So I have a little bit of white, a little bit of dark brown, a little bit of light brown. You don't have to like go around and outline anything. You can brush right into the lines you have on the hat because that's a darker color. You know what I mean? We don't want to have to go around this and outline it. We want to just be able to lift off into it. Go ahead. Do you have a question?
I was just gonna ask, do you normally leave that snowman, like the finished painting next to it?
I think we can, but you want
No,
to move it?
I didn't know if you forgot to move it.
No, I can move
You
it.
left
though.
it on purpose. No, it is. Listen, this is Casey K Creations.
You're too funny. I usually do throw it up to.
I just
the
try
top.
to think of
So
like
it's
what
centered
am
a
I
little bit
forgetting?
more. Yeah, so it's centered a little bit more. So I'm lifting off. Here, I'll do this. The only thing is well, there we go.
Okay.
That's probably better. I always put I have a very big easel, so I always put a canvas behind it when it's something narrow so it doesn't like fall towards the one side. So I'm using water. Water's my friend. All right. We want water in this background. I like that green right there. And then what we will do once we get this in is we're gonna add some black around the snowman, just a little bit. So if you have a black canvas, this is gonna make like a wood grain look on it using these colors. Okay, so it's gonna make it look a little bit like wood, all right?
And I haven't seen anyone.
Haley, just a little, it picks up everything. I'm sorry about that, that's okay. So I'm just going to streak this. Every single stroke I make, so this is what's really important, is we want to lift off and lift off, okay? Very, very light. Every stroke we make is lifting off. I'm using the back of my brush like this. The reason why you want to lift off like this is so you get a feathered mark. If you're pressing hard and you're straight up and down, you're gonna get a line everywhere you lift off, okay? Every single place you lift off, all right? So I'm gonna go to the bottom, I'm gonna move my easel up. And also guys, I talk a lot, we're not gonna go past this snow line. I talk a lot about painting how you're comfortable. There's Chris, just so you know, the dinging of the door. I know we're closed, everybody gets paranoid when someone comes in the back. So, I lost my train of
Something
thought.
about the snow line?
Yeah, so don't go past the snow line. And then we're also gonna lift off before we get there. Remember a little bit of darkness there. Sorry about that, Haley. The iPad will pick up like every single thing.
No, you're fine. I was just asking if you
Okay.
thought there was a glare.
Is there a glare? Is it too bright?
I felt like on the left side it was too bright, but nobody said it was too bright.
Okay.
That looks a little better.
Is that a little bit better?
It just, because the board's so pretty and shiny, it was like bouncing right off.
So we have an Amish wood manufacturer, and they do a beautiful job for us. So we'll design something, and then they make it for us, and they do such a beautiful job. I'm gonna get a little bit of my gold before we put some black in. I forgot to get black on this plate. I'll pull it from the other one. So I'm just gonna lightly, you guys don't cover everything with gold. It's just very, very light, very, very light. Very, very light, and then I'm gonna pull it up to the top. So we definitely don't want like, we're gonna pull some white through this also, but we don't want like heavy paint through here, just very lightly, all right? We want our snowman to be the focal point of this. Guys, it's Miss Eliza's birthday today too. She is 21.
What?
She's been painting with me since she was 12. And
That's
so she's
crazy.
been working with me. She volunteered initially, so she's been with me since she was little. It's hard to believe she's 21. You know, today is the day.
What's the substitute you have for sky blue?
Sky blue. You can just put white into any dark blue. You can do that.
Okay.
You can use any dark blue. Put white into, you'll be fine. So the last thing I'm going to do before I start pulling some black in here as well is I'm going to water down a little bit of white. See how little paint we're using? And it's watered down really well. And so I'm just going to put some streaks in here. Just a couple like little light streaks. Nothing heavy. Lifting off. And see how I don't have to trace around anything? No tracing because I'm going to move up again. Because it's so thin and light, you know. Do you see this grain right here?
Yeah.
I like that kind of stuff though, you know. Very light. Couple of lighter streaks in there. And now we're going to wash out our brush. So you put the whole brush in. Oh, I see the glare now with the gold. The gold looks heavy with that, you know, just a little.
Yeah.
I got you now.
I like to make problems when there aren't any.
That's
So
okay.
there's not something wrong. I'm constantly
You're
looking for.
looking. Hey, listen, you catch a lot of things that way. I really don't need that much black. I was just bringing it over from my other plate. So I'm going to get just a little bit of black, which is this small powder here, not all that. All right, I want to thin it down pretty good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little bit of a shadow around my snowman. I'm going to pull out and lift off. So guys, we are also going to do a prize wheel for those of you that are painting and you share your photos tomorrow. Like put it in the comments tomorrow because we love to see progress pictures. So we're going to do a prize wheel for that too. We'll do something special for that. We were thinking about that. If you're just jumping on, please share the live so you get entered into a prize wheel. Like the page and share the live.
Michelle asks, can you use a mist bottle on your background?
Yes, you can. We keep mist bottles like here mainly for glitter reasons, but yes, you can use a misting bottle for sure. You know what's so funny is when we had this class in the studio on Friday, because even though we do this free class online, some people still want to, they may not want to draw their canvas, they want to, come in person or something. And so, I was telling people, if you're getting a harsh mark somewhere, you can also take your paint rag. Like we use these paint towels. You can get them on Amazon. Harbor Freight just had a big sale on these, and we wash them over and over again. And you can just take your paint towel and just lightly rub it to smooth out any harsh marks, all right? I want you to try to get used to painting at an angle like this instead of this. When you're pulling, you need a feathered mark, like around here. We don't want some big bold line around our snowman. New painters tend to want to use a lot of paint and they want to use a lot of pressure. Now look how that's so thinned down. So thinned down. Is there any questions, Rebecca? So I'm going up under here.
Let me see.
Once we get all this in today, we're going to color block some things. We're going to color block some things a little like black. So we're going to have some darkness to build upon as well. So there's going to be some really easy things today.
We've had a few people ask, what is the snowman outlined in?
Oh, so we used a couple of things because when our stain is not completely dry here, we had to do a lot of boards recently. Whenever it hasn't dried you really need your stain to dry for 4 or 5 days, in a nice warm environment. And the reason why I say that is our kiln room, if the kilns aren't going, it gets cool in there. But that's where we do all of our wood at. I know it's too much information. But anyways, we used a gel pen on these. You can use a chalk pencil if it's really dry.
Mm-hmm.
And
or acrylic paint pen.
Yeah, acrylic paint pen. We did use, what we did use whenever we had to make, we had to get some stain fairly quickly for class the other day. We had a lot of people out
what did you
last
use?
minute. I used a felt tip acrylic marker and it went on like a dream. I loved it. It worked really well. So once I get that dark in around there, I'm just going to pull just a little bit more white through it, but lifting off my pressure.
Kathy asked if she could share this on Pinterest.
Yes, of course.
Okay, just want to make sure.
I didn't know you could do share.
I didn't know either.
Like of lives. I had no idea.
And this is a 10 by 20 wood palette that we have stained that Casey gets directly from a wood manufacturer.
Yeah,
local
Amish group, and they're amazing. We found them because they do work for this other. I forget the name of the company, but they do beautiful woodworking for them, making their boxes to hold, like wood boxes to hold. Oh, it's a knife company. That's a really big company out of Erie. And they've done such a great job for us, and they're very timely. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come to the bottom. So this is very faint, guys. Not much at all.
If you're painting this on a black canvas, would you still use black, or would you use maybe a dark gray?
So that is such a great question.
That's from Linda Armstrong Miller.
Linda, that is a great question. So if you're painting this on a black canvas, you lift off your pressure around here and let the black show through. Okay? You actually will have less work than us because you won't have to put it in. So when you're streaking like your wood tones, you know, through there, what you would do is just lift off whenever you're getting, when you're getting too close to the snowman. So your pressure would come off, so your darkness would show through here, okay? I love, love, love to paint on a black canvas. Love it because it saves you so much work, you know, to build up color on a black canvas because you already have your shadow there. Keep in mind, guys, when you paint, if you paint something all one shade, it is going to look flat, and we want to make sure that things, you know, have dimension. Something looks round, or something, you know, looks further away or closer to you. You want to make sure that you keep that in mind when you're painting, okay? So I think I'm okay with the shadows there. Might pull just a little bit. I'd rather build it up. Do you see I just pull a little bit at a time? And it looks a little crazy before you have, you know, your actual snowman in.
Robin said, Casey, I bought plain unstained boards at the fall workshop. Do I need to pre-paint black or brown on the board before doing the background? Or can you only use the dark stained ones?
So no, you could actually just paint it black. That'd be fine. And then you make sure black and brown to streak it, like make a wood look with it. You can do that too. We have, did you say that's Robin?
Yes.
So Robin, you're in the membership. So what you would do is go under technique tutorials, and you would click on technique tutorials, do it in the search board, or search bar, put search bar. Why can't I talk?
You're saying board, bar.
Yeah. Put the word wood in there, and it should come up on how to paint the look of wood. And so you could do that as well, and it'll come together like in minutes. If you can't find it, just email us and we'll give you the link.
Cool.
Okay, I know I always turn around and look at you while I'm talking to you.
No, I gotta know what I'm supposed to do.
Oh, you're not supposed to do anything.
Like,
I just look people in the eye, and so
okay.
I know it holds us up because I turn
No,
around
it's-
and look at you.
I don't want to be rude, but then I'm like, I don't
Listen,
know.
she keeps me on
I
track.
feel like you're not talking to me directly. Like, I don't know.
So I'm gonna wash this brush. She makes me laugh. All right, so what we're gonna do next is we're gonna work down here on the snow where it says believe, okay? And so what we're going to do is I'm gonna go left to right. I'm still gonna use that big brush. I'm going to let some darkness show through here, okay? Which means I won't make it as bright and I won't use as much pressure, all right? I'm gonna make long strokes, and you can kind of wiggle them a little bit so it looks like, you know, you have little, you know, little mounds of snow. Then we'll use our dome brush to tap snow in here. If you don't have a dome brush, you can just tap it in with, like, say, a rake brush or something else. I'll show you a couple options to do that, okay? All right, so we're washing our wash brush. Wash.
Washing your wash.
Washing the wash brush, okay?
Is that the new brush?
Drying it out.
That's a new one?
This is out of the pack, yeah. It's a, I know, I do that so much. I said I wasn't doing it this time, and I did. Okay.
I can't stop you.
So I know. So I'm gonna go to my white. All right, I'm gonna put it on both sides of my brush. So any larger flat brush would do. If you like an angle brush, that's fine as well. You know, so I'm gonna go here. Oh, you know what? I did, I'll put a little blue on it later. I didn't put the blue on the plates today, guys, because I figured we'll use that tomorrow. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it a little bit brighter here towards the top. Now, when you're on wood, you have to, you know, use a little bit more paint, sometimes a little bit more water, you know. And so it is a little bit different of a surface. And so we make it brighter towards the top. As I come down here, it'll be a little bit, you know, lighter, and I won't build it up as much when I come back, all right? These little crevices in wood, I just drag my brush through there afterwards. All right, so when I get underneath here, I'm just gonna go there when I'm running out of paint. That'll just cause the shadow, you know. You won't make it really bright if you go there when you're running out of paint, all right? Also, I have to take this out of the look of my easel because I want to make sure I get the very bottom of it, all right? So we're gonna pull this across. We're gonna have our wording across here later. So this will be nice and dry. I'm gonna come back and put our wording on tomorrow. I'll teach you how to write that like primitive writing on there.
Mary said, that is what led me to your class because they look so much better than most people. You take it to the next level.
Oh, you're so nice. Thanks so much, Mary. Thank you. I love painting with all of you. I really do. And the other thing is, like, I couldn't have dreamt of a better group to paint with. Like, our members are the nicest people. Everything in there is kind and nice, and it's so inspiring to see everybody's work every day. You know, don't you think, Haley? Like, we get in there and see everybody's beautiful work every day, and
Oh, absolutely.
everybody lifting each other up. I love that so much.
I do too.
Yeah, it's wonderful. And so we couldn't have asked for, like, if you would have told me, like, you know, that our group would be so wonderful. Like, it's hard to believe how kind everybody is, which is what we always wanted. It's just like it's in the studio, you know what I mean?
Right.
We always, when we started the online membership it was during COVID, and then when we started filming things, and then we started the online membership, and we couldn't have imagined being as close with our people online as we are in the studio, and we are. And then we had our first members weekend where everybody flew in and stayed at the studio, and we had our first members weekend this past September, and it was amazing. So, but we had already felt like we knew everybody, you know, for so long.
We did know everybody.
Yeah, we knew everybody.
That was the coolest part.
Yeah, that was so cool. So what I'm doing, guys, is I'm building up some areas, and then I kind of take my pressure off in other areas. So we have some bright, and then we have some, you know, a little bit of darkness. I like to put, you know, make sure I have shadows. I touched my brown there, you know. I'll go over that. I'm gonna wipe this off. So guys, if you do something you don't like, just wet your paint towel or your paper towel and then wipe it off. Like me touching that brown, I can just go like this, wipe it off. Always wipe off in the direction of what your, you know, where your paintbrush is, you know, how your paintbrush was going also, okay? Very light strokes, and what I'm doing is I'm pulling with the back of the brush again. You can see it, I'm at that angle. This is something that people do ask all the time, like, how do you lay your brush down? Like, how do we get that very soft mark initially? And it's because when I put my brush down, it'll become natural to you as well. When I put my brush down, I'm just lightly setting it, and then I'm pulling it across and lifting off. So I'm gonna show you, like, if you press hard, what's gonna happen. If I press hard and pull off, see that mark right there? Yeah, that's what happens. Yeah. Listen, poor Rebecca, like, she hasn't painted for a long time because we stole her right away.
Somebody was here the other day and they're like, Rebecca, are you teaching the paint class tonight? And I was like, I thought I was like, it was a joke.
That's hilarious.
She was being serious. It's like, I don't even know how to paint.
You've been, so Rebecca probably took 5 classes, so she's... Two?
No, 3.
No, I was going to say, I think it's more than that.
Okay.
You've done a million workshops. But she first started coming with Erica, who's worked here for about 3 years. And so Erica, she's Erica's support person. Take her out in the community and do things with her. And so I have to turn this way while I'm talking to you. I have to look at her
because I'm not looking at you, so you need someone to look at.
Yeah. So right away, like when she had Erica become self-sufficient in the studio very, very quickly. And so she just starts organizing stuff on the side, like doing things. And I was like, hey, you know, what do you think about, you know, just a few hours here and there to, like, you know, do some things. And then we sucked her the whole way.
I was like, no, I'm semi-retired. And she's like, what?
Yeah, so actually all the kits, like, and everything started with you. Like, it did. So, like, it was 2 years ago, right, with the kits?
Yeah,
and everything.
it'll be, yeah.
Started with her. Yeah, we wouldn't have that if it weren't for you. Like, you
It was a struggle. But we made it.
For sure. It was. Every new adventure is a struggle. Okay, so I'm going to put my brush in my cup, okay? What I'm going to do, this is a dome brush, and I have white paint all over my hands now. This is a dome brush. We have a 2-pack of the dome brushes. These are amazing for painting clouds, bushes, leaves, landscapes, grass, inside the flowers. Like, we developed our brush line this past year. This has become something that's used all the time. I love it so much. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to use this rounded edge. This is hog's bristle here. Okay, we're going to use the rounded edge. I just wet it just a little bit and tap it off. I'm going to get a little bit of white. All right, tomorrow I'm going to put a little bit of blue in here as well, like a little bit in the snow, you know, maybe a reflection from his scarf. But what I'm going to do is just tap, you know, a little bit of snow in here very lightly. If you don't have this, you can use you can use a rake brush. You just would have to roll around your rake brush a little bit more. You can, when we put the snow in the background, like you can have, we're going to be putting
I'm going to zoom in a little bit.
Yeah. We'll have some snow like coming, you know, down through the background. And so we'll have like a couple pieces like, you know, like just coming down like this too. But it's so nice for making, you know, it almost looks like that snow text, you know, when you're using the dome brush. So I'm not going to do that underneath because underneath is our shadow, but I'm going to do this on the side. Can you still see over here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I like that she zooms. You probably wish she was on all the things. Like
I just wish I could like move it on here. You know what I'm saying? Like move the picture from the left to the right.
Oh yeah, I got you. I do. So you can even like make a little mound here, but remember your wording's gonna be here. So don't get too crazy like through here. I wouldn't stack up too much paint over here because you're gonna have to go over that, you know. With your, and take your pressure off as you come to the bottom. Like make it a little bit brighter towards the top and then take your pressure off as you come to the bottom. Another like great color that we use for a shadow, like making snow that you'll see in other tutorials is like a steel blue. You know, it's like that grayish blue. So if you would take like a dark blue and add a little bit of black and white to it, a steel blue is a great like shadow color for snow also. I can show that tomorrow when we have the blue on our plate. Just remind me, okay? If you're just jumping on, if you don't mind sharing the live and liking the page, that would be wonderful, and we'll enter you into the prize wheel to win free brushes or a free month of KCKHQ. If you're already a member, by the way, you will you'll just get an extension of you'll get your free months also if you win. Liza Beal, she does all the prize wheels.
Oh, thank God.
I know, she types really fast. Yeah, I like, because we do a lot of prize wheels. So every full tutorial Tuesday, so that used to be Technique Tuesday, by the way. It turned into Full Tutorial Tuesday. Because I was like, when I'm doing techniques with the members, I always want to do a full painting anyway. So one day I was like, several months ago, I was like, hey, do you guys just want like a full tutorial every Tuesday?
Yeah.
And so it kind of turned into that, you know. No, too funny. All right, guys. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to black out some things. So I want to get the color blocking in for tomorrow because you'll be shocked how quickly everything comes together once we get some color blocking in. So I don't color block a lot, like just and leave it that way. What I do is I'm going to color block it and then we're going to paint over it and add some color to that, okay? So this hat, I'm going to show you, we're going to put in all in black initially, okay? Same with the band and the pine cones. Wait until you see how easy and fun. Oh, that's why I couldn't get it in there. It's all, yeah, I forgot I zoomed in. I was like, I kept moving it. I wasn't sure. So we're going to have to paint this black. We're going to paint all this black. We're going to paint the arms black. We're going to paint the eyes and the nose black. We're going to paint the scarf black and the buttons black. So that's how we're going to finish our day tomorrow, today. And then tomorrow, everything's going to come through, like come together very easily, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my 1/2-inch flat brush out of my new pack. I like that. So over here, I'll probably cover these paints for tomorrow, but really I'm just going to use black.
Okay.
Sorry. She was like, what paints are we going to use today? And I was like, we'll see, you know, how far we get.
Doesn't matter to me.
We'll see how much time. What time is it?
8:45. 9. I don't know why yours says 5:44, but.
Okay. Haley, that's for you. Susan said she didn't get her stencil in her email. Can you resend it? Susan, can you check your spam or promotions folder? If not, can you pop the email up there to email, for her to email Haley? If that's okay?
Yep, I'm on standby.
Okay. And then Haley, if you email Haley, Susan, then she can send you step-by-step on how to find it. Most of the time it's in the spam. So when you sign up for the stencils and supplies list, it sends you a link to a free library. And so that generally will go into your spam or promotions folder because like your email doesn't recognize us.
Yeah.
So that's why. And so once you put that into your regular email, like you click this is not spam, then it'll start going into your regular folder. So guys, you can go right on your chalk line. That's totally fine. Also, whenever you're making an edge is when you do want to hold your brush up, you know, a little bit, you know, straight up instead of sideways. So a couple of things too, if you are not steady, like I have a very extensive spinal cord injury. It goes from my chest bone to my belly button. And so I will have issues sometimes being steady if I use my arms all day long. And so what you have to do is rest your hand on a dry part of your canvas to your board as I punch my board. And so rest it, guys. Grip your brush on the ferrule, rest your hand where it's dry. And everywhere should be dry, you know, right now, besides the very bottom. And then you can steady yourself, then pull it through, because we have people that paint with us that have Parkinson's, never thought they could paint again. People with very extensive, like, essential tremors, as I just go out of the line.
Paulette asks, if you have a black board, do you paint it all the way brown, paint it all brown down to the snow?
So do you guys mind if I take a moment and show you how you would paint a black canvas or a black board? Because I have this canvas right here.
Yeah.
Let me just do that.
I wondered if she had a black canvas and was thinking about painting it brown. Mm-hmm. Get that brown background.
So let me show you guys, all right? So if you have a black canvas or you painted your board black, what you're gonna do is get your 1-inch brush, all right? You already have a dark color, so you really don't need that dark brown much. A little bit of white, okay? And we're gonna water it down also, because we wanna use that black to our advantage. And you're gonna streak it like this, all right? Don't make it heavy. You're gonna streak it just like this. You're gonna make the look of wood back there.
Ah, that looks wood-like.
Just like that. And then we can go back with a little bit more white, highlight it, a little bit of gold. So this is like, you won't have to put the black in as much because you're gonna leave the black. When you get to the snowman, you're gonna take your pressure off. So your black is gonna show off, you know, show through a little bit more. Yeah. Okay, so just water, and then you're gonna lift off, water with your colors, lift off, lift off, lift off. Say this is the right side of your canvas right here, and this is your, I didn't bring a chalk pencil here with me. Hold on one second. Do you wanna grab one?
Yep.
I think there might be one by the teaching stand. I wanna show you how we would do it if we had this side of the snowman here, and that'll be really helpful. There's probably an itty bitty one, yeah, from class. Thank you. Isabel, do you have carpal tunnel yet from feeling pains?
No, my wrist is just sore.
I'm sorry. Say this is the side of your snowman. Don't pay attention to that. Say this is the side of your snowman, okay? And like we're gonna just show like how we would lift off. So the paint again, it has to be watered down, all right? Don't start there. You always start out here further, very light touch, up and down. And I'm gonna take my pressure off as I come over here. That way, so we don't want it to stop before we get there, but we want it to be very, very, you know, just very light in paint. So pressure light, not a lot of paint, okay? Once I do that, I'll wash off my brush. I'll go and get a tiny bit of my gold, all right? So you actually can probably put yours in pretty quickly if you have, you know, a black canvas. All right, so you can put some gold in. The other thing you can do is, I've done this many times, making the look of wood. We have this in so many paintings. You can like make like you have a palette board here. Like you can make your own lines for the wood like this. You know, like say I have, you know, there's my lines for the wood. I'll go back and get a little bit of white. A lot of times what you do is you'll highlight it like right along that edge. And you can make this look identical to a wood palette. You know, identical. And then you would build up, you know, some of these areas in here. All right, so you can just make a wood look just like that. Does that help?
Yes.
Let me know if that helps.
That looks great.
Okay. All right, so that's what you would do on your black canvas. All right, so I'll pull this over.
Thanks.
I'm gonna go back to your roll club. Guys, that's what we're here for, so let us know if you need anything.
Yeah, you don't have to get a wood palette. You don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
Just Paint on what you got.
Yeah, we don't want people to have to buy things. So whenever we developed, we initially, when we started the membership, we were on a platform called Kajabi, okay? And within a year, Kajabi couldn't hold as many videos as we have. So we had to, where's my glasses at? I don't know either. I'm like, can I see anything? Oh, they're on the floor. Okay, I'm glad I wore my painted pants today. Anyway, we had to build our own platform to house all of our videos. There's upwards of 2,000 in there now. What was my point of that? I was gonna say something about. I don't know why I'm saying that. Kajabi. I think. I don't know where I was leading to. Then I scrolled with my glasses.
You started uploading videos there, but you had too many.
No, there's a reason. I know what I was leading up to. So about your paints. Guys, just leave a little bit of your stuff.
We don't want people to buy everything.
Yeah, we don't want people to buy everything. So one thing that we put in there was we have paint color swatches, so you can use those. If you have craft paints, it's totally fine. I just suggest you get a thick white. It'll make your life a lot easier, but you can use your craft paints painting with us. Don't think that you have to change everything, I'm probably gonna black out these berries with a round brush. Like, I don't like to go around stuff, and so I'll show you after I get the rest of this in. All right, berries are real easy. Let me just go over them. Berries are really easy.
If you're painting on a black canvas, do you still do the black blocking?
No, listen, you have way less work than us.
Okay.
No, yeah, way less work. You might have to watch just for a little bit. I'm sorry, your life is much easier. Yeah, because you don't have to black this out. Great question. Okay, so guys, tell me, are you ready for Christmas? I'm so not. Do you guys have all your stuff purchased and made? And me neither. I'm getting a little panicked.
Too busy.
Tiny bit. Yeah.
Too busy working for you. No time. No, I'm just kidding.
It's all my fault.
No, I'm just kidding. No, since I don't have any kids, I don't go all out.
Yeah.
And my nieces aren't coming home for Christmas, so I'm thinking about going to the casino.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
So you can use a round brush in your eye so you don't do what I just did, I'm just using the corner. I try to use the biggest brush for the job, but not everybody's comfortable with that. Like, you can use a pointy brush instead in the eyes. All right, so I'm gonna put this in. I think we can get just a little bit further. I'd like to go until quarter after, if that's okay.
Whatever
What time are we at?
8:53.
8:53. Okay. So does any of you collect snowmen? Any snowman collectors?
Sure, there's got to be a few.
There's got to be a few. I love snowmen. We have 25 snowman tutorials in the vault. 25.
Now, I know we talked about this last time. I felt like there's Santa people or snowman people. But a lot of, because my mom was always like, snowmen only, no Santa's decorated.
No way.
Because they can stay up longer.
Yeah. Are you zoomed in still?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I think you're a little. No? Yeah.
Whoa. a lot.
A lot. It's okay. We're just blacking it in so we can leave it zoomed out. Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
So are you guys snowman people or are you Santa people? I love to go back and look at the comments.
Michelle said she collects snowman. She loves them.
I love that.
Rhonda has a few of them. Dawn Dooley said, no, I collect craft supplies.
I love when our members post like their newest purchases and stuff. You know what I mean? It's so funny. And then we have people that hoard brushes. And I was kind of like a brush hoarder too until we started online. Now this is all we need. I have to donate my other brushes. I gotta do something with them. I have so many.
Dana said she's ready for Christmas, first time ever.
No way, Dana. You go.
So you're saying there's a chance one day. Never too late.
Never too late. Yeah, my mom was like, Casey, it's next week. Like, really? And hi, Mom. She never says anything. She's always on that.
Dawn said also if they're painting on a black canvas, she would be painting this with white, correct? Or not all white, maybe a gray. I'm assuming
No, I would leave this black. Like where we're at, like
Okay.
leave it black. Yep. Yep. Don't do anything with this. I'll be quick. Okay, so we can get to the next step. And guys, so I use far black. It's the only like not medium. It's not medium or heavy base paint. I use gesso, which is a thin based acrylic paint. And so we actually get gesso by the gallons because there's certain canvases that don't come in black, and we gesso them. And so, but anyways, I'm always thinning down black anyways, so that's why we use the gesso for our black. It dries super fast. Like if you look at the hat, it's completely dry. And so, but if you need a blow dryer nearby, if you're using your just other medium to heavy base acrylic paint and it's not dry, you can blow dry it if you want to keep painting with us. I'm gonna do a couple of things instead of saving all the fun stuff for tomorrow. But this is just gonna help you, it's really gonna help build depth in your painting for our next day, you know. Sometimes just taking this extra few minutes to do something like this will save you so much time when you're building your painting. Lift off right here so you get like a feather mark. Lift off with the skinny part of the brush there. Okay, and then we're gonna go in the buttons.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Kathy said I'm a snowman and Santa person. Karen loves snowmen.
Aww.
And Annette loves gnomes too. Well, you're in the right place.
Yeah, listen, we have like 50 gnomes. No kidding. Like, we have so many.
Seems to be Snowman is leading the race here.
It is.
Also on KCK Creations, Snowman.
Oh,
It's
it's
Snowman
too.
yeah.
Oh, that's right. It's streaming live on there too. Hello to our local people on KCK Creations. A lot of them are on our HQ page too. So, you know, but hello. How's everybody doing? Yeah,
I'm good.
You're good. You're good. Rebecca's good. Okay.
Thanks for asking.
Okay, so here we are. All right, I'm gonna wash my 1/2-inch flat brush, and let's at least get, let me look at the time. I'm trying to be, you know, cognizant of the
I
time
can
today.
tell you about the time.
Okay, all right, so what we wanna do, our first thing that we'll do here, is let's work on making our hat look a little bit round, all right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a little bit of white and we're gonna pull it through the center. So a couple things that are really important with this. And I think when we had membership weekend, I was literally having them say it out loud so it sticks in their head. One long, one short, one long, one short, one long, one short when you're pulling this through. The reason is if you stop at the same point on both sides, you are gonna build a block in there, and we don't want that. Very little paint. Then we're gonna go back and brighten a little bit more right in the center. Again, not all the same length because you'll build a block in there. And then what we'll do is we'll highlight this hat a little bit where this is gonna look like it's, you know, where it's brighter is gonna look like it's lifted up just a little bit. We're not gonna put the snow on it just yet, okay? So when I do this, I'm actually going to turn it to the side. The reason why I'm going to do this is because sometimes it's much easier to make a vertical stroke than it is to make a horizontal stroke, okay? So I'm gonna turn this. So Haley,
Yes.
or Rebecca,
Yeah.
pick somebody that we'll ship this to. Like I painted that live on our
Okay.
page last night, just off the cuff. Just you know, I wasn't sure
All
where I was
right.
gonna paint.
Let me
And
do
so
some
we'll
scrolling
ship
here.
this out to someone. You'll have to email us with your shipping address, okay? And then we'll send it out. It's just a little shadow box you can put up. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, she has a Google form.
I do.
Perfect.
So
Because I don't have
Can you
that
talk
ready.
about the Google form for a second? One of you.
Yeah, so
Okay.
the Google form that Haley's going to post for the winner, which the winner of the shadow box is Kathy Norman Blanton. Congratulations, Kathy.
Congratulations.
So Haley's gonna post a a Google form that you just need to fill out. It just has, we just need your name, address, all that good stuff. It takes about 2 seconds. And yeah, so she'll tag you in that.
By the way, I just want to mention, anytime we have prizes, guys, anytime, and I still want to mention this, but thank you so much, Isabel. Be careful going home. Thank you. I appreciate you. We'll see you soon. Anytime you win a prize from us, you don't have to pay for shipping or anything. So if there's a lot of scam artists, they can pop up on Facebook. We haven't had that for a couple of years, but I just want to let you know we're never going to ask you for a credit card or anything. We're just going to ship it to you. So, remember that happened like 2 years ago?
That's like a year ago.
A year ago, putting it in our comments or something
don't ever put in your credit. We don't want it.
We don't want it. So I just like to say that.
We don't even want our own credit card.
I haven't seen anything like that in a long time. But
am I allowed to give away some Casey cash?
Oh my gosh, we haven't given away any Casey cash. Yeah, go right ahead.
Okay. So I have Missy Vernier. I think it's Vernier for Casey Cash.
Okay, let me show. Here's the app. You have to download the app. There's a QR code. Miss Haley will put the link to the desktop link if you don't like to use the app store. It's free, but that's how we deposit the cash. It has the kits and the brushes and everything on
Right. And then the second winner I have is Catherine Kruger Clemens for Casey Cash.
Congratulations. You should have interrupted me a long time ago. Okay, we're going back here.
I feel like I don't want to be rude. But
It's
my job.
You're interrupt me anytime.
Okay.
All right, so there's still a little black in my brush. It's totally fine. All right, so this is where you do have to lay it down really gentle. I turn it to the side very, very lightly. Very lightly. Remember, one long, one short, one long, one short. Don't make it super bright to start with.
Can I zoom in on this?
Sure.
Do you want me to? Or?
Let me see.
It's just hard to see like your one long.
Go ahead. Yeah.
If I can't see,
we want to make sure everybody can see.
Yeah.
So what we're doing is one long, one short. You're leaving some of this darkness on the sides, okay? I'm going to go back and I'm going to build this up. It's the smallest amount of paint. I'm using the back of my brush, the back, all right? So I'm going to go here. I'm going to start brightening it a little bit more towards the center. So anything that's brighter is going to look closer. Anything that's further away is going to look, or anything, it's going to be darker, okay? So don't go to the sides until you're almost out of paint. Almost out of paint. Very, very lightly, okay? I'll show you a painting that I was doing with the membership this week, the painting we just did, and show you an example of that as well once we're zoomed out, okay? So, but a little bit, but build it, guys. So if you are building a block in there, no worries at all. What you do is you wash your brush, get some black, pull in from the side, one long, one short, one long, one short. So sometimes a little bit of a dance, you know? So every single thing.
Great.
Thank you. Every single thing with acrylics is fixable. Don't ever feel like you ruined anything. You can wipe anything off. You can paint over anything. So don't ever feel like something's ruined. So over here on the left side, I'm just going to bring in a little bit. Say there's a little snow over here. I'm going to bring that in. If you get a harsh mark, especially on wood, it's so easy to just rub your finger, rub it off. And so I'm going to get my white now. And I'm going to go right on the very front on my gel pen line. Yeah, listen, when you stain boards and you have to draw them, it's always a challenge. But
you're telling me.
Right after you left that one day, and we've done a ton, but never so much that this time it seemed like they were like a little stickier. So I find this felt tip pen right after marker right after she leaves. I was like, oh, it goes on so easy.
Yeah, you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe how easy it's going on. And I was like, wow, that must be nice. I gotta go.
Yeah, after she's
angry with you.
I know. She was like one every,
It's like, I gotta go.
million years later. Yeah. So take your pressure off as you go back here. So this will get a little bit darker as we go back, all right? And what we'll do is we build it up a little bit brighter in the front. Light strokes, every stroke I make is lifting off, lifting off, lifting off, lifting off, okay? On the sides, I'm gonna put a little bit, like the snow might catch that. We'll put heavier snow later, all right? We have that there, all right? So in our class, some people, I'm gonna put just a tiny bit of just a little bit of color back here and back here on the underside of the hat. Not too much though. So some people change the color of the ribbon, but mine is just like a brown. You can make it gold too if you want. It's just brown with a little bit of white. And so I have that here. This is the little bit of a ribbon that goes over to our pine cones, which I love to paint pine cones. I might have to draw those on something first to show people. I might. So guys,
That's a good idea.
I didn't bring a clipboard over here. So what I'm gonna do, you know,
that canvas behind you. For anything?
oh, this.
Yeah. Or no?
No, because I like to draw with marker first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you want me to use some paper?
Like a printer piece of paper? Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I could just set it on this canvas. Thank you. All right, guys, we have this little tiny filbert in our brush pack that we use for dry brushing small things, or if you need to make berries or something like that, it's fabulous for that. I touched the orange paint. And I'm such a hot mess, Haley. Like, oh my goodness. So where I usually paint or teach, like when you do the workshops, you make a setup for it. We don't do it upstairs in the office too often. I think we did last time, but you're just out of your, how you usually have things. So like, I always get paint all over me here. Haley, can you grab me some red?
Yeah.
I have the orange, but not the red.
Well,
For the berries.
sorry.
That's okay. She's walking past it. It's perfect. Okay. So you get a little bit of red, a little bit of orange. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do, this is like a little filbert. If you don't have this, just use your pointy round brush. So let me show you. Like, you'll just use a round brush. Any pointy brush will do if you don't have that, okay? So there's our number 4 right there. All right, this is a little filbert. It has a rounded tip. And it looks like a square when it's a teeny tiny one, like it's a 0. No, I'm sorry, a 2. And this is so great for like scrubbing things in, making circular things. So I'm gonna go red and a touch of orange. Now berries, you have to, oh wait, I'm so used to making red berries.
Oh boy.
This I made gold.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
just thinking. I don't think red was on the supply list.
No, that's why, sorry.
Okay.
I've made so many
Thought
red
it was crazy.
berries in my time, yeah. So we're gonna use gold and then we'll highlight these with some white afterwards. So I'm just gonna make a circle, same brush. Yeah, I was in the gold mode when I did
gotcha.
this. Yeah. So, I almost think like I'd say 95% of the time we're making like red berries, Just throw it off there. All right, we're gonna let that dry. I'm not gonna put this brush in my water, all right?
Gotcha.
So I'm gonna show you a little bit on how to, the shape of these pine cones, okay? So here. So sometimes it's a little bit easier to draw it out when it's a small mark than for me to paint it first. So like if I'm in a classroom, I'm drawing on a whiteboard first. So I want to show you that, okay?
Be careful.
With what?
With the wood.
Yeah, it's probably gonna fall on my head, probably.
Michelle said I painted pine cone one time on a porch leaner. OMG, that looks so horrible.
You're
So,
gonna do great.
teach us.
Yeah, you're gonna do great. So what you're gonna do is the top, say this is our shape. Like don't have a line around it, but I just wanna show you, like this is your general shape, all right? And so when I've taught pine cones, guys, if you're in the membership, go into technique tutorials and there's pine cone tutorials in there also. Just type in pine cone. And so what you're gonna do is you generally have like almost like a point at the top. And some pine cones, and look at them if you have them. Like I have those smelly cinnamon ones, so I'll grab them like when I do a tutorial to show you, because they're all different. Some are aligned perfectly, some of them have big gaps in them, they're wonky, but our strokes are gonna be like this. So it's gonna like start Uing, and then you kind of like step up and down, and this is like the shape. So you don't want to make like a line straight across. You're gonna kind of like step up and down. Every stroke is kind of like is lifting off. So your pressure's real light when you're putting it down, and then you're lifting off. Especially when you're doing one this small, it's very few strokes, you know. But I like, just like when we make trees or we use our fan brush, I like to show you like the strokes first, all right? You'll be surprised how little paint that you have to use when you're on a black surface, okay? So I'm gonna show you that. We're gonna use our small round brush for this, or you can use this little filbert for this too. You know, either one will work. But I'm gonna go get just a small round brush, or my number 4. I'll just grab that, okay? And I'm gonna turn this this way again, so I'll get this point first. First, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my round brush, I'm gonna get a little bit of brown with a little bit of white, all right? Do you guys have any questions? Anybody, do you want me to stop for a second?
No, you're good.
We're good?
We're good.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I like to flatten down my brushes like that, okay? So even though I'm using like a bigger brush, you can use something smaller that my tip isn't, you know, all over the place. So I'm going to put that line at the tip. You might want to zoom in for this because it is small. So there's 3 steps to this. We're going to put in the brown with a little bit of white. This is dark brown with a little bit of white. Then we're going to highlight with a little gold, and then we're going to highlight with a little bit of white, all right? So we're gonna pull in from the sides, very light touch, have a little water in your paint initially, and we're just gonna start like stepping it, and we need a little bit of a U, okay? So a little bit of U. And these don't look right. These are so small though. We have bigger,
Yeah.
These are teeny tiny. I just thought, is my hair in the way?
No.
Okay. That's why I didn't wear my hair down. I think it was in the way yesterday a couple of times. Okay, so this is just to start, all right? That's our first one, all right? Just to start. A little bit of brown. Was it ready to go down?
Yeah, I just adjusted it. So
Thank
it's-
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Can't you be there for everything you record? You know.
If I'm invited.
Yeah. So I'm going to pull this around this way. I'm going to actually put a little bit of black, you know, behind that tip. Well, this one actually is curved the other way. I'm sorry. I'm going to wipe it off. Hold on. See, everything's
well, it's because
fixable.
you're like,
Yeah, I have it tilted.
it's upside down. Yeah.
I have it tilted. So this one goes, it's over here. So that's the top. I'm gonna get a little bit of water. Comes together really easy after. You've made pine cones, right, Haley?
I have, yes.
Yeah, I thought so. So now I'm just curving upside down because this one's going this way. So I'm not going straight across. I'm kind of going, it's kind of like a tree branch where the tree branches, you're looking at a pine tree, you have one, you know, group of pines here, the next level's here, the next level's here, and it's kind of like that when you're making your pine cone, okay? So we have that. Then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna wash off my brush, and the reason why I'm doing that is I want to make sure that I don't have another color in my brush because that'll take away from the metallic of the gold. So I'm gonna take this gold, flatten down my brush. See how flat you can make your brush? Skinny, skinny, okay? And what you're gonna do is you're gonna highlight a couple of pieces. Don't put a ton, just highlight just a little. More towards the middle, because remember, things that are brighter look like they're closer towards you. So I'm gonna highlight, that one's a little wonky there. And you can always, if you get something that's wonky too, you can go in and put black in there. It fixes it right away. So don't ever worry about that, okay? So we have our little bit of gold, and then I'll do my other one, but really they don't come together. That was too much. Wiping it off. Easy to fix, all right? You can just do that with your finger. Like you don't even have to get your paint towel. So even when I'm wiping something off with my finger, I'm lifting off. You wanna lift off? I'm gonna go more towards the middle. I'm on this right side of the board where the camera is. I'm always a little bit, I complain about it all the time. Like, cause it's at my chest, you know, I don't have a good mark.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so we have a little bit of gold there. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna wash it again, and then we're gonna just put a little bit of white highlights on it. All right, a little bit. Pine cones, I think, are fun to make. Like, you know, once you get the hang of it. The smaller ones, they have so little to them, you know. It's not a lot of marks, but if you make a bigger one, it's a little bit more detail. But this is very light. You see how I'm not putting in like heavy paint there, just very light. And so we're just trying to give an implication of what they look like. Like, oops, there's water in there.
Oh.
You don't want, so if I had water drip out of my brush from washing it. So if you want to give the implication of like what a pine cone, like it represents a pine cone, but we don't have to give every little detail on that pine cone. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like when you're painting loosely. And so I talk about this all the time with the membership. When you want to create something, look at something real. Get your own ideas of what it's supposed to look like, you know, the shape, the color, the size. Look at something, Google it, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Can you see that on there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
You're like, yeah, I think they're like a little pointy. I think I need to bring them out a little. I think they're tiny pointy. I'm just gonna round this out just a little bit out here. It's a little pointy. The sides aren't real bright anyways. Okay, so I'm gonna throw that brush in my cup. I'm gonna get this other small filbert brush and I'm gonna highlight those berries with a tiny bit of white. What I'm gonna do to make these look three-dimensional is I'm gonna start with white at the very top. I'm gonna take my pressure off as I come down. So the top where the light would be hitting, it's a little bit brighter.
Ooh, Kathy Miller said neat pine cones.
Oh, thanks, Kathy. And so a little brighter here, take your pressure off as you go down. Even something as simple as these berries, you want to have, you know, you want to make sure that it's like three-dimensional. I'm going to put a little bit of white on the band here, okay? Maybe a little bit on this side. And then I'm going to turn it upright and I'm going to make a couple like little pieces of wheat in here. Okay.
No, I forgot that was even in the thing.
There's some wheat. We need some wheat. And I think after we do the wheat, guys, yeah, you probably have to zoom out. After we make the wheat, and maybe we can put a little snow on his hat, we'll put in the eyes and then we'll be done, okay? But what I want to do in the meantime also is I want to let's get our script liner because this will help me with the other thing I want to get. So your script liner, guys, they have longer bristles. So over the years, seeing adversity to other script liners, people didn't like that they were so bendy. They have long, they liked what they did, but they felt like they didn't have as much control because they were too bendy. So when we made our brush line, we made ours a little bit stiffer. And people tend to really like them. And look how flat that gets with water, like super, super flat. So when you press on it, you can make a water stroke. And when you lift off, you can make a thinner stroke. Like they're great for making limbs. They're great for making like things like wheat. We outline every single painting. We use a script liner. So we highlight with it, we low light with it. It's very important to every one of our paintings. So right here, guys, can you see this here? I'm going to bring it down a little bit so you can zoom in. I don't know if it'll let me go too far, but there you go. Because it's long.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to flick off there, so don't go too much further.
Is that good
there?
there?
That's good. Okay, guys, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put I have to put it in black first, watered down, black. So anytime I'm using the script liner, this side pile, I'm usually watering down a couple of times, okay? So guys, if you're just joining us, you can still share the live, get entered into the prize wheel. Also, refer a friend, we'll talk about that at the end again too, okay? So we'll keep painting. I'll tell you a little bit again if you just jumped on. So I'm also going to put some pieces up here. We need them in black first, so it has a little bit of a shadow. All right, I have a couple pieces like coming down through my berries, maybe over here. All right, and then I think I'm okay with that. And
Christine said it's her first time watching and she loves the pine cones.
Oh, yay. Thanks so much, Christine, and thanks for joining us. Thank you, thank you.
And Joyce said, I love how the berries came out.
Yay, thank you. I did like putting a different color berry in there, even though I was almost put a red one again. All these years of painting red berries. I've had some purple berries too, but, a couple, I think. So guys, I'm just with the eyes. I want to get rid of this big white like rim here. So, because I am gonna paint the eyes in soon.
And again, if you have the black canvas.
If you have the black canvas, your eyes are already black.
Perfect.
So you're good to go. Yeah. So I'm just taking a little bit of that edge off of there because when I show you what we're gonna do, it won't look right with the white edge. Okay. So I'm gonna cover some of that up since I have my script liner in my hand. All right. So we're gonna wash the script liner and we're gonna water down a little bit of gold. Okay. We're gonna water down some gold. All right. Someone gave me in class a really great idea for a new snowman. Oops, I went into
Ooh, what's
black.
that?
I turned around, looked at you, and I went in the black. I have to quit trying to look. I'm telling you, it was burned in my brain growing up. Look people in the eye.
I mean, I can
And
get
so
you
I
like
can
a
turn
rear view
around.
mirror.
I need a mirror to look at you guys, like when I'm talking to you. Look, I did it again. Oh my goodness.
What's new?
I can't say. I'm going to surprise you guys with it. Yeah.
Well, thanks a lot.
I
for
know.
nothing.
It's a really great idea.
I heard the best gossip. Oh my gosh. Oh wait, I probably shouldn't tell you.
Yeah, sorry.
Anyway, it is 9:20.
You'll see it. Okay, so maybe we'll do the eyes tomorrow. We'll do the eyes tomorrow. We'll just do the week today.
Joyce wants to know how do we share.
So it's public. So at the underneath the you guys explain that better. Probably.
Next to where you comment, there's like a little arrow. At least on my computer, it's like that. There's like a little arrow that points to the right. You click that, and then it'll should share with your Facebook friends. Yeah.
Is that the way yours is too, Haley? Thank you.
So
If you're on a phone, a lot of people are on a phone.
yeah, so Rebecca's on a computer. If you are on the phone and you're seeing the comments with the video, you'll see a little arrow immediately to the left of where you can put your comment, and that is where you can hit the share button.
Perfect.
Awesome. Thank you so much, ladies. Okay, so we have our lines in. Always like lifting off when we come to the, the end of it. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some of these look like a little bit more like wheat before I highlight them with white. So I'm going to pick and choose some of these pieces and I'm just going to pull in from the sides and make little dashes. Are you able to see that, Rebecca?
Yeah.
Okay. And then a little point on the end. All right. So little just implication of wheat, little dashes, let it get more narrow as it comes to the end. Not every piece, just, a couple here and there. And so maybe this one. Do you want to give away another Casey Cash since we're nearing the end of day one? It goes so fast. I lose time, track of time every time we're painting. We're talking. Okay, maybe one more. I'm going to dash here, and then we're going to highlight that. Okay, pull out. Okay.
Glenda Whitesell for some Casey Cash.
Congratulations, Glenda. Wash out your brush. We're going to water down a little bit of white. Okay. A little bit of white.
And Kathy Miller.
Congratulations, Kathy. I'm going to bring, this berry's a little wonky. I'm going to bring her up into edge right here. Just a little bit. A little wonky. Okay, so now I'm going to pick and choose where I want to highlight. I'm going to flatten the script liner also. Look how flat. It's super flat, okay? I'm going to use the flat edge. I'm always, I don't know if you notice, I'm going like this. I'm trying to flatten it out. I want it as flat as can be. Like that, and then I'm going to use the edge of it, okay? So I'm going to pick and choose where I want some light to hit. Maybe a little bit there and pull in maybe on one side, I'm going to go very lightly across, some of these other pieces here, If you're not exactly on it, it's okay. All right, so, and then I'm going to go to this piece. A little bit of water, not too much. All right, just a little bit of highlight here and there. Something different,
Marlene Daniels asked, what did you start the wheat with?
I used the script liner and I used gold. Well, first I started with black. I blacked it out. So if you're on a black surface, you don't have to do that. But I used black, then I used gold. All right, black then gold. Use a little bit more paint, and then a little bit of white. Okay. This is your lightest touch, guys. So if you're a new painter, just pay attention to like how much, how hard you're pressing. If you feel like, your pine cones kind of got lost in that, you can go and highlight them a little bit more in the middle. Do you see that? We didn't go too crazy with pine cones on here. They're just itty bitty, something cute, That's all. Should we do eyes? What time is it?
9:25.
We'll do them tomorrow.
Okay.
Because we don't have a ton of stuff to do tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, they'll come together pretty quickly.
Yeah. Kathy
excited.
mentioned your right eye is a little smaller than
It
the
is.
left.
I see it.
It's probably my fault for drawing it.
It's okay. No, I'm glad that
Just taking the blame.
You know,
I'll see myself out.
you're so funny. Listen, it's hard to draw these things with marker.
Yeah, I know.
And plus, that wasn't your fault. I probably just went around it. Like, I would have sat back later and been like, so the ladies are so funny when they make snowmen in the studio. Like, I know this one lady, her eye, she would ask us, the one eye would just slide down the face, and she'd call us back and go like, look, he had a stroke again.
Oh my
God. You have to fix his eye again. And I was like, oh,
It
it's
happens.
totally fine, We don't want you guys to have your eyes all wonky. Let me lean back. Let's see. I'm gonna look at what you're looking at. So I'm gonna talk to you about a couple of things about how to look at your painting and stuff like that to see how your progress is going. We'll put the snow on the snowman tomorrow too, so don't worry about that. So I'm gonna go here and so whenever you're working on a painting and you're like up close on it like this, you want to make sure, I'm going to bring you up, don't you, Haley?
I do.
And so you want to make sure that you step back and you take a look at your painting. If you don't, look through your phone camera because you'll have a whole other perspective on how your painting looks. Like when we're walking through a classroom or behind someone and they're like, oh, I don't know if it's turning out good. We can see if it is much better than they are because they're right here. You're looking close, we're painting loosely, it looks messy up close, stuff like that. And so you always want to step back. Haley she does take painting classes like every week. She goes clear across the room and looks, I don't even know how she sees, but I'd say 3 or 4 feet is fine. She did that this weekend too. She always says, I'm like, can you see it for this painting? Yeah, you did. She was up on the stage, way up on the stage. Yeah.
Whatever works.
I know, it kills me. But the paintings come out really nice. So
Yeah.
I think I'm just too old. Like I could probably be her mother and like I can't see anymore. I can be your mom. Yeah, and yours too. That's just crazy. Anyways, yes. Okay. But here,
Not my
this is
fault.
where we this is where we left it. Listen, this is the mid 50s is where my eyesight, I should be wearing bifocals. And I don't like to put the glasses on and off, so I'd rather be blind sometimes.
Yeah.
And because the bifocals make me dizzy,
Yeah, but you just need them glued to your head.
I know, I do. I set them down all the time. One day I was doing a live, and I was like, "Where's my glasses? Where's my glasses?"
Linda
They're in
brought
my
it up.
hand. Where's
Linda
my
brought it up
glasses?
when they were in your hair before when you were looking for them.
Yeah, that happens too. Yeah. So this is where we're leaving off. Okay. So tomorrow we're gonna have a lot of fun. It's gonna be so much fun. We're gonna start on the face and the buttons, and then we'll go from there. It'll come together fairly quickly. And if you need anything, you have any questions in the meantime, we can put them over here as I hit the thing. If you have any questions in the meantime, just email us, okay? You also have time, if you're watching the replay tonight, to share because Eliza Beal, it's her birthday and she's probably not doing the wheel until tomorrow.
Right.
So if you want to share this, you can share it when it's not live also, as long as it's done by the time she gets to it. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, and then we'll be on tomorrow at the same exact time. If you want to text when we're going live, and believe me, we don't send you spam. We don't have time to. I'm like,
We barely forget.
yeah, exactly. We're
Remember
lucky if we
this
get this out. Yeah. So text the word believe, I before E, except after C, believe, 724-995-0149. I only say that because we have, can you grab our 2 snowmen, how this all started? Years ago with the first Believe Snowman, you know, we always write that instead of a Cricut stencil. And one of our girls, like, we probably did 1,200 of this one. And she comes up to me, she's like, we have a problem. And we were writing it with a Sharpie, which you should not. Don't listen to as I do, because I do. But you got to be pretty sure of it because it's oil-based. So if you make a mistake, you got to get it off really fast, you know. And so she comes up to me and she was like, listen, I got somebody really mad at me. She's like, I spelled it wrong. I was like, I before E.
Oh, boy.
So I said it in class that day too on Friday. But this is our original Believe Snowman. He's been probably run through the mud. He has stuff all over him. And this is his cousin. And then we actually have 25 snowmen. And then, like, he appears in other paintings. Like, he's actually become very comical. I put him on a beach.
You did.
With an umbrella and stuff.
He's over there.
Is he over there? Do you want to grab him?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, he's kind of funny. Yeah. But we love snowmen. And, guys, if you want to take a look at joining us for $10 until Sunday, $10. You'll have the first month for $10. And I actually think after 30 days, we're probably going to be at the $20 as the renewal for the membership, you know?
Yeah.
Haley will put that in there, and you already have that in there.
I did, but I'm going to do it again.
Okay, and I'm going to put this up here too. And so if you share with a friend, they join, you can get brushes with your Casey Cash and stuff. So email us. This is our app again. That's our app. And you have to download the app so we can give you the $10. And just email us. Here's our email also with whoever signed up, their name and your email address so we can drop it into your account. Just email us. We'll take care of it. We're really good about that stuff.
We really are.
Here he is.
I love it.
He was our latest one, you know. We have a lot of people, we have women all over the country, and so we have a lot of people in the South, you know, and they don't hang a lot of snowman pictures because they don't get the snow. So we have to think about how we can fit them in, you know. Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. We had so much fun with you, as always. We'll have more prizes tomorrow, and I can't wait to finish them with you. We're going to have a lot of fun.
I'll be here.
Thank you, ladies. I appreciate it.
Thanks.
You're awesome, as always. Thank you so much. Let us know if you need anything. Thanks, ladies, for joining us. Thanks for sharing, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. I can't read what this is.
Broadcast.